Welcome. This lecture is about building a program that can split the given URL path into its parts. Along the road, you will also learn about three things. You will learn a new package from Go standard library called path, and you will learn how to use multiple result returning expressions in multiple assignments. And lastly, you'll learn about discarding one of those values. Time to start. As I said, in this project, I'm going to use a function from a Go standard library. Here it is. Its name is path. The path package provides utility functions for working with URL path strings. This time, I'm only interested in its split function. It's because I want to separate the URL into its directory and file paths. Let's take a look at this function in detail now. Here it is. This function takes path as a string, so it has one input parameter, path, and it splits the given path somehow and returns a directory path and a file name as strings. So it has two result values, dir and file. This means that if you call this function, it will return two values. Actually, by learning about variables, you have also learned how to declare input parameters and result values for functions. Remember that when a type is used once, all variables get the same type. So that's also true in here. Both the dir and the file result values are strings here. It's just like a parallel variable declaration which you've seen previously. The type of the dir result value is a string, and the type of file result value is also a string. Let's say that I have called this function with this path value. Then this function will return a directory path like this. And it will return the file name like this. As you can see, it splits the given path and returns it as two string values. The first one is the directory, and the second one is the file. Okay, now you know how this function works. Let's use it in a code example. In this program, I'm going to split a given URL path to its directory and file name parts. To do that, I'm going to use a multiple assignment statement. First, let's declare two new string variables. Dir will store the directory path, and file will store the file name. Now let's use these variables in a multiple assignment like this. Okay, now I'm going to call the path split function with a path value like this. css/main.css. Here, CSS is a directory, and main.css is the file inside that directory. As you know, the split function returns two string values. Here they are being saved into the dir and the file variables. In this assignment, the number of variables and the number of values that will be returned from the split function are the same. As you can see, there are two variables on the left-hand side of the assignment statement, dir and file. And the path split function returns two values, so the numbers match. Okay, let's print those variables now. Good. It prints the directory and the file names. By the way, you can also discard some of the values if you don't want to use them, like this. Let's say that you only want to learn about the file name part of this URL path, but you don't care about the directory name. To do that, you can use a blank identifier in place of the directory variable. Now the first returned value from the split function will be discarded by this blank identifier. As you can see, this time it only prints the file name. It's because there is no directory variable anymore. The blank identifier has discarded it. Alright, now take a look at the last example. Actually, you could have used a short declaration instead of an assignment. So here I have changed the assignment into a short declaration statement. Let's run it now. As you can see, the result is the same, but I think that this code is more concise than the previous version, right? So you have learned about the path package and its split function. You have also learned that when an expression returns multiple values, you can use it either in an assignment or in a short declaration statement. That's all for now. Alright, congrats! You have learned the basics of assignment, and that's all for now. See you in the next lecture.